All right, greetings YouTube. So today I'm going to start my new series. This is an experiment of sorts. I'm going to be looking at all of the factions that JoyToy has released for its 40K line, and I'm calling it 40K Factions in 5. My goal is to have these videos go over one or two of the factions that they've released so far that I actually have figures of in 5 minutes or so. So we're going to start off today with the Salamanders. Salamanders are one of my favorite legions and or chapters. I did a video about 6 months ago showing some custom ones that I made before JoyToy had even released any, and recently they've released a bunch. So we got these new releases here. We also have some of my customs here. Well, actually all of my Salamander customs. The new ones were kind of plain. They looked great, but they were kind of plain. They didn't have any of the, design elements that a lot of the Salamanders have in the lore. So what I did is I took some of my paint and I started putting flames on some of them, just like how I did my my custom ones. Recently also they have released Captain Adrax Agatone, and I just got him last week and he looks great. Here he is leading the boys. The great thing about the Salamanders right now is that the line is getting pretty deep, and they have a lot of molds and they have a lot of figures out, so they're starting to come down in price. You can get these heavy intercessors for between like $25 and $35 on Amazon, and these are the bigger Space Marines. So they have done an excellent job with this, pumping these guys out. And not only are they good for your Salamanders, but I also use them to make other customs just because they're so cheap. I'm going to guess that JoyToy is going to get around to giving us Salamander Terminators, maybe the Chapter Master at some point. They did announce a Blade Guard version that's coming in a month or so. So the future is looking bright for the Salamanders. Okay, so next up we have the Iron Hands, the 10th Legion. So full disclosure, when I first got the Iron Hands in hand, I was not all the way impressed, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I wasn't all the way feeling the metal arms and actually, and this isn't so much of the aesthetics, but the functioning of them. When they have the metal arm as their forearm, they have less articulation too, like their double elbow doesn't really work. So that was a drawback as well. But what I did is I was looking to do some customs, and I was experimenting with old 1/12 scale. I want to say they were the old school Marvel Legends, either from Toy Biz or when Hasbro first took the Legends line over, and they have smaller proportions. So I was thinking maybe I can work some of those heads onto some of my Space Marines. That way I can get some different looking heads, and with a little carving just to make the head slightly smaller than it is originally. The Space Marines kind of fall in between 1/18 and 1/12. They're about 5 inches tall. So some of them, their heads are kind of big compared to their bodies, and then other ones are kind of small. So I guess that's kind of okay, get a diverse range or whatever. So the point is that I carved some heads up, and I'll show you another one when I get to that faction. But this was a Nick Fury head, and I turned him into a Space Marine, an Iron Hands like officer type. I kind of based him off of a character that I used to play in an MMO. A long time ago, I used to play this MMO called City of Heroes, and you could make your own character. And one of the characters I had was Captain Graves, and he was this dude, basically bald-headed in black power armor. So that's what this guy is. Didn't do a whole lot to the rest of the Iron Hands guys. They're kind of stock at this point, but I was really happy with the way this custom came out for Captain or Sergeant or Lieutenant. I haven't decided yet. Graves. So this now I'm liking my Iron Hands. I'm into them now. Now I want to get more. kind of looking at that Iron Father, I think is what he's called. He might be their tech marine or something like that. He's got a whole bunch of different stuff hanging off of him. So he's a little on the expensive side. That's why I haven't got him yet. But sooner or later, I'm going to pick him up. And then we'll see what kind of other Iron Hands they give us. If you are an action figure collector, an avid one like many of us, you know that the 3D printing game has completely revolutionized collecting. I have picked up some quality pieces from a guy. I want to say his Instagram is Totally Awesome or something like that, but his Etsy store is Print Think, and spectacular Power Fist and Storm Bolters and the Chainsaw Power Fist. You can get them customized. This one I got is a Storm Bolter, and I was able to paint it so that the fingers are the gunmetal color and the rest of it's black. I'll be showing you one of the custom ones when I get to one of my custom chapters. Just so many great things available 3D print wise to add and augment your collection. Okay, so there it is. 40K Factions in 5 Datastack 1 is done. So I'm going to try to pump these out on a regular basis, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, maybe more if I can. So we'll see if I can pull it off. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.